Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video, Aries and I, are so excited to do. It is going to be a new declutter. So I have been working through my makeup collection. I will link my declutter playlist down below. And today's video, I'm going to be working on all of my single eye products. So I obviously have a lot of eyeshadows in here. I don't know how I have gotten so many Super Shocks from Colourpop because I never even really liked them for a while here. And like loose glitters and different things like that. So that is what today's declutter is going to be. I really would like to cut down this collection for sure. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, Aries and I are here and we are ready to go. She is giving me a handshake right now because we are ready. Do you want to see the people? Hey, are you ready to declutter? Are you ready to declutter? Okay. All right, we are ready to go. So like I said, I was never really a huge fan of the Colourpop Super Shock shadows, and that's definitely changed in the recent months here. My makeup preferences have definitely changed a lot if you've been following my channel. But I know that I have too many. I kind of go for the same ones over and over. So I know I have too many of these. Like some of these glitters are really quite old. So hoping to do a good job. I think my declutters have been pretty good as I've been doing them, and we are gearing up because next is going to be lip products and then ending with the eyeshadow palettes. So we are almost done with the declutter series. But like I mentioned, these glitters, so I have these from Urban Decay. I think that is all of them. So these are the 4 glitters that I still have from Urban Decay. I have had these for many, many years now. It's been a long time. And to be honest, I didn't use them a ton when I had them, and I really don't use them a whole lot now. I'm not a big glitter person. Like I like the Super Shocks and I like the sparkliness, but I'm not a really big glitter person in general. So especially because I've had these for so long, you can see some of them, you know, I have enjoyed. I know this one, which was in Grind, that was one that I did use quite a bit, but I'm not going to use these anymore. They're probably expired at this point. So those 4 are going to go into my declutter pile. And then to kind of keep with that, I have these ones from Pixi Beauty. So these were a really nice product also. Like if you were looking for something, you know, kind of like the Urban Decay, the Pixi was a good choice for a little bit cheaper. Pixi's not like super inexpensive, but you know, it would be a little bit cheaper. So these are their the term is Liquid Fairy Lights, and I have these 3 shades. Again, I've had these for a very long time. I've had them for a lot of years, and I'm not really wearing products like this anymore. So I'm going to declutter those 3. All right, okay, doing good, starting off strong. Let's see, I have these 2, and I've been kind of I was eyeing both of these, like what should I do? Should I change my lighting? One sec. I haven't really quite figured out the best lighting situation for my declutters. I've filmed in a variety of different spots and I've had different lights going on, just still trying to figure out the best way to do it. But I have these 2. I've talked about these products quite a bit. I've compared them with each other, but from Hourglass, we have these scattered lights in Reflect. And it's it's such a beautiful product. I have a hard time getting into it now with my nails because it kind of has a pretty big dip into it. But it's a really beautiful, you know, shiny, reflective eyeshadow. And then the one from Marc Jacobs, I don't know if these are still available or if these are no longer, if they were limited edition. But this is the Seequins shadow. The shade I have is in Paparazzi. So I did not realize that it was completely busted in here. Can we see that? Why does it keeps focusing on like everything else. Get really close. This is in Paparazzi. So yeah, I mean, it's probably not a huge deal that it's all broken up, probably fine. But I think that's maybe a sign that I'm going to declutter this one. I actually used to like the Marc Jacobs more than the Hourglass, and somewhere along the way that switched and I started to prefer the Hourglass. So I'm gonna declutter the Marc Jacobs and I'm gonna keep the Hourglass for a little bit longer because this is more the type of product that I'm wearing recently. Kind of reminds me of like the Auric, which I have 3 here from Auric. So this is Sam Ravindell's brand. These were sent to me in PR, which I was so excited for because I was planning to buy the products anyways. So this was really exciting for me. So her products, if you have not seen them, I do have a full video on the Auric collection, but you do have like a metallic cream shade underneath, and then on top you have like your sparkly lid topper, and these are really beautiful. I love all 3 of them. I wear them so often. This one, the rose gold one, which is in Temper, this is the one that I use the most. I also like to mix and match from the cream to the topper, because the one in Defiance, like I love this gold sparkly shade. I think that it's so beautiful. Probably the one that I use the least is Ego. This one is more of like a green gray. Still really pretty though. I like all of these. I definitely want to be hanging on to my auric. Okay, going back to some glitters because I'm gonna keep the Super Shocks until the end, but I have some here. I have laundry going, if you can hear that in the background. I just, you know, I'm not sure why I chose today to like start with laundry and doing the dishes, and then I have, you know, I live in an apartment, so like we're all just right here, so I'm like, oh boy, but I really needed to film this because I need to get it edited for tomorrow. I'm filming this on Monday. But from Stila, I have one of their glitter shadows. This is in Bronze Bell. Again, really pretty. Again, I've had it for a long time though. That's kind of the same with all of these liquid shadows. I think there was a point in time where these were pretty popular on YouTube and a lot of us had pretty big collections with them, but had it for a long time, not really going to be using it, so I'm going to declutter that one. I have two liquid shadows here from Ofra. I have Rose and then also Penthouse is these two. And these are fine products once again, just kind of more of your, I mean, just like your liquid shadow, but I just don't use these types of products all that much. So I think I got sent quite a few from Ofra and PR, and these were the ones that I decided to keep, but I just really don't use them. So I'm gonna declutter those. I do have two of the eye bases here from Sigma Beauty. I really like both of these products. I have a matte one in Persuade, and then the bubbly is in, that one is more of a shimmer shade. So that one right there is Persuade, which is just like a really light pink matte. And again, just an eye base. And then this one in Bubbly, I've talked about this before. I put it in a video of like past loves that I still really love. I mean, just look at that one. It's so beautiful. Honestly, I kind of forgot that I had Persuade until I was going through all of my products and I pulled that one out and I was like, oh man, I haven't used that one in a while. But I used to use these two combined. I would put Persuade all over my lid and then I would top Bubbly with it. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and keep both of these and try to use Persuade a little bit more. Another liquid glitter that I have, this one is from Marc Jacobs, and this is the Seequins and Gleam Girl. So kind of the similar concept to the pot, but this one is in the liquid form. Honestly, I've kind of forgotten that I have this one. So, I mean, that's a beautiful swatch. And I know this is newer than like my Urban Decay and my Pixi and all of that. But I just don't think I'm gonna use a product like this. Like I just am really not going for it all that much. I mean, the swatch is so beautiful though, but I still feel like I would go into my Super Shocks or my auric more. So I think the Marc Jacobs I could still pass on to a friend. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one in the declutter pile. So I have these from Colourpop. These are in collaboration with Kathleen Lights. I think that these are, I think I kind of grouped them all in my chopping block video. I think. If not, then that's what's gonna happen in my next shopping blog video. But I actually purchased 3 shades. I'm missing my orange one, which is the one for Aries. I think it's in the Ram. I just had that one out the other day. Now I can't find it. And I'm like, where did I put that? So I do have a third one of that. So the purple one is in the Archer and the pink one is in the Scales. And I like these. These are not available anymore, but I bought them myself and I was just curious about them. They were easier to use than I thought. But again, I had them in my chopping block video because I just don't use them very often. I'm going to do an update on that really shortly here. So I'm going to keep these around because you'll see an update in that video. And then I think everything else we have left, oh, nope, this one here. This is from Lawless Beauty. This is their Bio Glitter Eyeshadow. It's actually a really pretty product. I didn't hear a lot of people talk about this one when it was released. I feel like other Lawless products have been talked about a lot more, but it is a really pretty gold glitter. And it's one of those that doesn't have like the chunkiness to it, like any of like, you know, sometimes like glitter, I want to use the term like sharp. This one doesn't have any of that. It's just a really smooth, really pretty gold glitter. Looks really nice as a topper. So I thought this one was really pretty and really easy to use. Like I don't use like a glitter glue. I don't even think I own a glitter glue. And it lays down, you know, totally fine and stays on. So I'm gonna hold on to that one. And then I think everything else we have here is from Colourpop. So I have a lot of Super Shock shadows. I know this one here, I want to say I have like a Jelly Much, and yeah, so I think everything else is going to be the Super Shocks. For these ones, this is one of the Jelly Much shadows. I was never really into these. I know you have this little thing that you're supposed to keep. I just was never really into these. I don't know. It just wasn't really my my particular vibe. I just feel like they're kind of messy to use, and wasn't really a huge fan. So this one is in the shade Mystical, and I'm gonna put that one in the declutter pile. And then this one here is another eye base. This one is in the shade Bronco. So it kind of reminds me of like the MAC paint pots or something like that. I actually do like this. I don't have a lot of products like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one around, you know, kind of like the Sigma eye base, but this one's in a pot form. So I'm gonna hold on to that one. Alrighty, so, I mean, this probably could have been like a whole video in itself, but like I said, when Colourpop first came out with their Super Shocks, I bought a lot because so many people were talking about them. Like, you know, Kathleen Lights and Jaclyn Hill would have videos of like their favorite Super Shocks, and I was making lists and buying them, but I didn't really love them. And over the years, you know, I do receive some PR from Colourpop, so sometimes I have them and I'm trying them out for those reasons, but I would oftentimes just declutter them right away and pass them along to friends and family because I just wasn't getting a lot of use out of them. But with my makeup preferences changing, I am going into my single shadows more, and I find myself continually reaching for the Super Shocks. I know that I still want to cut this down because I have some favorites. You know, I recently just got this in PR. I'm going to show you the empty box because everything's in the pile now. But this was that Heart of Gold, the Disney Princess collab. I had a whole video on YouTube doing eye swatches with all of the shades. So, you know, I just wanted to obviously like make note of that. But like I said, I want to go through and try to cut this down. I feel like I've done a pretty good job on this declutter so far, but I think we can do some more. Actually, I think this one is a Jelly Much also. Yeah, a Jelly Much eyeshadow. This one is in the shade Bouquet. So the little topper thing is missing, which means, oh yeah, that's like super dried out. So that one's just gonna have to be tossed. I didn't realize when I first got the Jelly Much that you had to keep that, which like, duh me, I should have known. So that one is totally dried out. So that one's also gonna go in the declutter pile. But let's go ahead and see. I'm gonna try to figure out what to do with my legs here. Okay, so I can stop sitting on them. All right, let's see. Where to begin? So I have two here from the Raw Beauty Christie collaboration. So I have Mycelium and then also Campfire. Let's see, I'm gonna swatch these. All right, so we have Mycelium and then Campfire. I really like this one because it's more of like shiny, which I enjoy. So I'm gonna keep Mycelium and declutter Campfire. Having such a hard time with the zoom right now. Okay, Mycelium, Campfire, keep, declutter. One more from her collection. This one is Like a Moss. So this one is Like a Moss. You know, it's pretty and it's kind of got that green shift to it, but I don't think I would wear this one a whole lot. So I'm also gonna put that one in the pass pile. I have two here from the Tinkerbell collection that came out a couple months ago. So I have Straight On Till Morning and then Never Grow Up. Quite some names. So there are the swatches of those. You know, they're pretty, but I just don't think these are shades that I'm gonna reach for a lot. Again, I know which Super Shocks I go into over and over again, and I just don't think that these will be it, so I'm gonna declutter both of those. I have 5 here that are separate from the new collection that just came out. I hope the nurses are loving the veins. I get comments on that in almost every single declutter. So let's see, these are some of like my old favorites. So this one here is in Flipper. You have to make sure that you close these really tight, so sometimes they're a little bit difficult to open. But I remember Flipper was just such a cool shade when I was doing my last declutter for my single eyeshadows. I was like, I just don't feel like I can get rid of this one. It's such a neat shade. So it's kind of like, it kind of gives me like a little creamsicle vibes. I don't know, I still think this one is really cool. Now that I'm seeing it again, I'm like, I need to pull that one back out a little bit more. So I'm gonna hold on to that one. And then this one here is In Harmony. This was in that Sunflower collection that came out last year. So this looks like, yeah, that's a really pretty gold. You know, I like it. It's a nice yellow gold, but there's some golds in the Princess collection that I just use a little bit more. So I am going to declutter that one. I see one that looks to be a little bit shattered. Not usually a huge deal with the Super Shocks. You can usually kind of press them back into place pretty easily, but oh, this one is also opened. Oh no, yeah, that one's like really dried out. This lid was not on all the way. It was like half off. Samantha, see, you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with these. You gotta make sure you put the lids on and put them on tight. Oh, and I also got some chunks on the blanket. So that would just be too difficult to try to repress because that one's gonna be pretty dried out. Darn, because that one looked really cool. Oh yeah, that one was Ritz. Darn, probably would have wanted to keep that one, but that's gonna go in the pass pile. Let's see, next up we have Koosh. This one is also broken, but the lid was on. Yeah, so this one feels good. So you can repress the Super Shocks back into place. I'm just gonna kind of do that a little bit here so I can get a swatch going. But you see, so if you order and you're like, oh no, it's broken, just with the way that these are, you can repress it back into place. Oh my gosh, Koosh, I forgot. That's such a cool shadow. That kind of like silvery gray. Okay, yes, I'm gonna be keeping that one. Oh, so glad the lid was on. And then I have a Little Quarky. A Little Quarky is this one. Oh, Samantha, you really didn't want to dry out this one. So this one is a Little Quarky. I think this one came out, I want to say in the, oh shoot, why am I blanking on it now? Not the coconut. Was it the coconut collection? Oh, no, I can't. It was a collection that I really, really enjoyed. The That's Taupe, maybe? It might have been That's Taupe. And I just like really got on with this shadow. It's one of those that's kind of like good for every day, but it's just so easy to pop onto the lid. Even when I wasn't a huge fan of Super Shocks, I was a fan of a Little Quarky. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that one also. And then we will jump into the Princess one. So again, this one came out fairly recently. I'm gonna go ahead and link my video down below because a lot of these are still available as singles or in sets. And if you'd want to see eye swatches, that's what I'll go ahead and link my video so you can check that one out if you'd be interested in any of them. But because I swatched these all pretty recently, I'm going to try to get through this part pretty quickly, and my hands are like full of glitter at this moment. But this one here is in Beauty and the Beast, and look at this one. Hi, look at that pan. Look at that pan. Now, I'll be honest. I wore this for Halloween. I will insert a photo of my makeup that I did for Halloween. I was the yellow Power Ranger. My friends went as the red and blue Rangers. I went as yellow, and I did full yellow makeup, yellow blush. This was my highlighter. I had it all around my cheeks, my nose, everything. So I really went ham with it, but it was such a beautiful, beautiful shade to be able to do it with. And I just thought my makeup came out so fun. Like obviously not like an everyday look for me, but I loved how it came out. And then I also hit pan in this one. So I still have plenty of product around the side, but I thought that was pretty funny because I have done a video recently calling myself an official project panner. I can link that one also up in the cards if you'd be interested in seeing it. But next time I do a video talking about, you know, the products that I've panned, this Super Shock can go in there. So I'm gonna be holding on to that one. All right, two from the video that I didn't really vibe with when I did the first impressions. One is a dream, what is this? A dream is a wish your heart makes. Some of these names. And then this one is Arabian Nights. So I was kind of sad because we have Cinderella and then Jasmine, which are two of my favorite princesses, but these just did really not translate well swatching or on my eyes. So I know that I can declutter both of these. This one here is in Touch the Sky, and I just need to do a quick swatch to remind me. Yeah, that's a really pretty blue. I just don't wear blues very often, so I don't think I would get a ton of use out of that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that one. One that I really did enjoy, and this one doesn't have the sticker on the back to tell me the name, but this was that like purple sparkly. I thought that this one was so cool. Like it's just such an interesting shadow and one that I don't have a lot. So I've reached for this one quite a bit actually. It's just like a really fun topper shade. So I'm gonna keep that nameless one. And one that I really liked, this is How Far I'll Go. This just for like a really kind of neutral everyday type of shadow for me personally. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that one. Another kind of antique gold that I really did enjoy. This one is in Colors of the Wind. I've worn this one quite a bit. I had a Instagram video where I did my go-to fall makeup, and I've been wearing this one so much. I've been wearing, oh my gosh, hold on, is that pan? You might be able to like barely see it, but right here in the middle, you can start to see the pan through that one. Oh my gosh, look at me. Wow, hold on, I need a second to collect myself. That is too funny to me. So I've also hit pan on this one, but I've been using this so much. Like this is a shadow that I just wear all over my lid, and that's it. Like I just put it all over my lid with my finger and wear usually like the Rare Beauty mascara. And that is truly like my go-to right now. Wow, that's so wild. So I'm also gonna hold on to that one. This one here is I'm a Wishing, and this was another one that was just kind of a little bit more on that lackluster side for me. yeah, just not one that I'm gonna wear a lot. So I'm gonna declutter that one. And we have Once Upon a Dream and also Reflection. These are really cool shades, especially for the fall. Once Upon a Dream just has a ton of shimmer packed into it. And then this one here is a little bit more like on the rusty side, but it has some cool shimmer also. So I'm gonna keep, yeah, I'm gonna keep both of these. And then we had 2 greens, and I wanted to swatch these because I was like, what did I think of these? So we have Down in New Orleans and then Under the Sea. So Down in New Orleans and then Under the Sea. Down in New Orleans, Under the Sea. You know, I do enjoy me a good green. I just got the Dirty Martini palette from Glamlight, which I have a video with, but these were just not, you know, I just think that I wouldn't be reaching into these a whole ton. I like Down in New Orleans a little bit better. Under the Sea is a little bit more reflective, but again, I just don't think I'm gonna use them a ton. So I'm actually gonna declutter both of those. Like I said, I really wanted to declutter a lot. That's what that's what I've been trying to do with my declutter since I'm in such a smaller space right now. And I felt like there was a lot that I could really get rid of because I know what I'm wearing the most. So that is everything. Let me pull it out and we will see how I did. So over here we have the keep pile and I'm keeping 20. And over here we have the declutter pile and I'm decluttering 26. So I feel really good about this. Decluttered over half of my collection of my single shadows and I really like what I kept. Products that I'm going to use, products that I love. I feel really good about this declutter. I'm really happy with it. I hope that you enjoyed watching it. Again, stay tuned. My lip products are going to be coming next. The finale will be the eyeshadow palette declutter. I know a lot of you are looking forward to that one. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give this one a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.